Good morning. I'm over here at Pan Pacific Park, and what I'd like to go over today is I'm giving myself a challenge on how many push-ups that I can do in a row, first set. So let's see if we can get this going. Here we go. And a couple things to keep in mind if you're going to do this with me is the thing to keep in mind is as you're doing a push-up is to make sure you're keeping your body as a plank. Not letting your back sink in, but keeping like straight across, without putting your butt in the air and without letting it cave in the opposite direction, but just keep as straight as you possibly can. The other thing is to keep in mind, if you're using your hands and your wrists are hurting, you can actually do it with a straight wrist with your knuckles and just go straight down onto the ground. If that's still a problem with your wrist, is that you can get like little handlebars for doing push-ups. That's another great way of being able to do it. That way you're not using your wrist, your hands are straight, you're holding a bar. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Let's do this challenge and see how many push-ups that I can do. Let's see if you can exceed how many that I do. I know there's lots of guys that can. But this is the first set. Let's try it. I'll put the camera down and we'll get down to it. Okay. What I was talking about, you can have your hands go straight. You know, if you're having a hard time with your wrist here, then you can have your hands straight. I know it's a little tough on the cement, but if you've got like a carpet or whatever you're using there. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do it like this, making sure that my body remains as a plank, like this. And the other thing is to keep your elbows in. Don't let them flare way out when you're doing the push-up. That puts a lot of stress on your shoulders. That's not necessary. Keep your elbows in, tight. So here we go. I'll show you. The first one, and join me. Okay, and don't cave in like this, and don't stick your butt way up like that. But just keep it straight across. And that is such a good workout for your midsection, for your hips, for your legs. I enjoy doing push-ups more than any other exercise because it involves more muscle groups than just about any other exercise that I know of. It works the legs, the whole midsection, it works your shoulders, it works your back, your arms, your neck, because you got to keep your head up and you got to keep straight. So let's go ahead and do this. Ready? Remember to keep the elbows in. Okay. And here we go with the challenge. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Letting the chest go all the way down to touch the ground. 6, and coming all the way up. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Taking a small rest. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, then you can take a small rest. The other thing is too, you can also spread your feet a little ways apart. I tend to keep them close, but a little bit further apart helps give you a little bit more stability. I forget where I am. 22, I think. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. If you're finding that you're caving in, you know, you can do a push-up like this, but that's cheating. You got to keep the plank. If you've lost the plank, then that's not any good. Okay, I'm at 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
You can do it. You can do it.
36. 37. Whoa. Okay. 38. 39. Ah. Wow. And 40. Ah. Okay. Woo. All right. That's great. Thanks for joining me. And I hope you're able to keep up with me and maybe get some ideas of where you could go. You know, a year ago, I went down to do a push-up. And I had trouble doing one friggin' push-up. I actually, in order to do a push-up, I had to bend my knees, you know, and do the girl push-up. I had to bend my knees. And it's like, wow, that scared me because, what was it, 10 years ago, I used to do a lot of push-ups. But I also realized is that if you don't use your muscles, you end up losing them. You end up losing your muscles if you don't use them. I've, on my knee here, I have quite a few scars. Tattoo scars now. I've had like 5 surgeries on my knee. And my first surgery that I had, they actually put me in a cast. And in that cast, after a couple months of being in a cast, they took the cast off, and my leg from the above my knee, below my knee was smaller than the other leg. So that showed me right there is that if you don't use your muscles, you end up losing them. And as we age, it's so friggin' important to make sure that we're using our muscles, because it's so easy to sit on the couch and watch TV or do other things that just don't work our muscles out at all. And as we age, the reason why it's so important is because I find is that when I work out, I also am healthier with my diet and what I eat. And I'm more conscious about things that I do on a daily basis, a weekly basis, monthly basis to maintain my health. And it just kind of falls in line with when I start working out, or when you're working out, is that you want to make healthier choices with your life. And I have, and I encourage you to do the same. All right, guys, you have a beautiful day. Like and subscribe if you like what you saw, and you want to leave a comment, please leave a comment. Love to hear from you. Okay, have a beautiful day. Bye.